Welcome back to part 2 of the Scrappy John boat build. This week we're going to be dialed in on the front and rear of the boat. Front's a little further along than the rear is, but I went back and added some supports to the front so that I could make it stronger, because I had some ideas for how to mount trolling motors and D-rings and whatnot to kind of help get the boat out of the jams it's going to get in. Bow fishing tends to lead to trouble, so I want the front of the boat to be stout and able to pull or push without having to worry about the front end buckling. As I moved on to the rear of the boat, I was able to spend a lot of time staring at the front of the boat, and I noticed it had developed a twist. So I'll be using the deck support cross bracing to pull some of that twist out and making adjustments to the buck as I go along. I ended up getting it pretty flat, but it's still there, and considering all the welding and whatnot that's going on there, it's pretty good for what it is. You'll notice my street signs, they don't stay on the boat. That was a bad idea from the beginning. So stick around, enjoy the show. I'm going to switch to the actual film audio. The plan for right now, I get those cable trays cut. I'll have about that much of a drop. They'll get welded in there, and then they'll be faced like that, up about 4.5 inches, and then this area will be decked over, and that's where the console will be. Down here we'll have fuel, electrics, pumps. Back here in this deck area there will be a generator. The boat is just under 20 feet, 19 feet 6 inches. Right now aluminum's kind of tough to get a hold of, so we're just calling in all available resources. Those are cable trays, that's scrap, diamond plate, patent channel. Whatever we got laying around goes in the boat. It's made out of two 14 by 36 John boats. And yeah, street signs. The pods will be welded to the framing of the boat. So the plan is to put plugs in the back of the pods. Be able to drain the boat from back there. This area will probably have a bilge pump in it. So far, that's the only aluminum I've purchased is this angle. I got 5 25-foot sticks, and then over here is a 4x10 sheet of .100, which is thicker than what the boat was made of originally. I'll probably have to buy one more of those if I can find it. Might get 125 to do the console out of and things like that. So right now the plan is to use 040 and line each one of these, the sides of these ribs from here to there, and then fill that with core foam, each rib all the way down. Should give the boat should firm up the structure quite a bit, cut down on the noise. What? Oh, what? Oh my God. So at this point, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, every day after work, at least 2 hours, but more like 3 or 4. Breaking the boats down was actually easy, really easy. This part's taking some time because of the amount of materials I have. I got to be careful. There's no mistakes, and I've got to use whatever design I have to use. The drop has to be something else. I can't just throw anything away. price of aluminum has gone up probably 10% in the last week. So we've got to be really, really careful. The main thing I'm concerned about right now is decking the boat. This is 6 sheets of whatever material I end up with. Mostly I'm using 50-52. The diamond plate in the structure is 60-61. The structure's pretty solid right now. It's the more framing I'm adding, it's getting more and more stable. We're almost to the part where I gotta go in there and weld. Hoping to put the bottom on in the next few days. So far this is about 6 pounds of wire so far. Here we are, day 2751. Over the past 3 days, I have about 15 hours standing there staring at the back of the boat and 3 hours work. Because I'm trying to build this boat with the scraps. I'm having to put a lot of thought into my drops and whatnot. So these cable trays, I'm cutting them here. I'm cutting the whatever you call those things out of the center, and then I found a way to stack them together so that they could form the back wall of the motor box. That's what they look like when they're stacked together. Should provide some decent support for the motor. If not, I'll plate it. Got the console stand welded in, so I just need to put some bracing up there and then deck it. These will be decked with hatches. This side will be for fuel. This side will be for electricity, batteries, whatnot. But we're making progress. This is the original transom from that boat. From one of the boats I bought. This back is pretty stout. Day 7 million. Deck supports are in. Cut the corner of the boat off. This way a light can sit up here. This area is usually a dark spot on a bow fishing boat, so wanted to run a light at an angle so I could avoid the dark spot and make this front end look too cool. Slid the trailer forward on the boat forward on the trailer, so only the pods are hanging off the back. So I think I'm gonna have to extend the trailer a good 4 or 5 feet, and probably 5-6 feet. So I'll cut that off back there, weld in some new C-channel. I want to build one of those ladder deals so I can, those step things to go up here so I can get on the boat easier. And about 1,700 hours worth of grinding. So this is the last support I'm going to put in. And then the drops from it will go here. Thought I built a buck for it, but I could have left the boat on. I think I would have had an easier time. Doing it like this is a pain. Having to move the boat around every day. I more support, two more supports, probably three or four left to put in, and that'll be my final shot at getting these twists out of it. That's probably the last chance I'll have to get that out. I suppose if I wait a week, though, I'll just forget about it. But right now, it really bothers me. Another day working on the boat. A hole for the fish barrel. Got some supports in for the console. Didn't really do much today. That thing took a lot of time. I had to eyeball most of it because, right? Who cares? Got the other support in for the front of the deck. Hopefully I can find a barrel to fit that thing.